how much do I need to retire in 20 years? Now, first of all, I hate the word retirement. It's an agricultural word that means to put cattle to pasture to die. So how much do you need to transition to the life that you really want to live in the next chapter of your life? And let's just call that chapter post-working 9 to 5 for most of you, and for others, transitioning either into a partial ownership, sell your company, or you transition into a team that's running it where you get to be more passive and have that life. So whatever that life is later in life, whatever age and time that you want that, how do you calculate it? How do you calculate the 20 years? Number 2, why relying on savings alone or just a 401k will fail you. And number 3, what to do and what not to do to make it certain. So we're not about the retirement, the old-fashioned way where you go in and you get a little pie chart. You say, let's invest like this, and it's all going to work out later in life, and you park and pray. And I've said this many times. Most of those kind of charts are based on a bell curve where you don't have a lot of money, then you have your high earning years, your peak earning years, and then all of a sudden your earning years decline, and all of a sudden your lifestyle should decline. I don't think that is it. If you really want to play this and have a legacy, then you take your peak years, you create some compounding, and you end up here, not back down here. And one of the points that I'll talk about a little more later in the video is how downsizing cannot fill the gap. What's the formula for you to figure out a 20-year number? Let's just call that your 20-year Freedom Day number, transition number. So you're going to estimate your monthly cost of living. What does it cost you to live? Times 12 times 20 years. You're going to factor in 3, 4, or 5% inflation, whatever you believe that to be, and then buffer in healthcare and unexpected expenses. That's where it gets challenging, especially if you don't have long-term care. For many people, I know they rely on Medicaid, Medicare completely. If you do it like properly and organized, you'll stay in it. If you don't, you try to rework the system, you'll get kicked out, then you have no healthcare. But I can tell you the number one takedown of wealth, number one takedown is not divorce, it is an unplanned health incident. So don't take the planning of that lightly or just casually. Now, number 2, how much do you need? You want to start looking at, well, you want to build some income streams. So obviously it's your job or your business. We love people who have big cash machines because you have unlimited upside on that cash machine. What have you put away into stock and money market funds or any sort of iFlip funds in our case? So I'll give you the link to iFlip. It's a great software, offers you smart folios where you can actually invest 12, 15, 20%, depending on what you're doing, especially if you add some dividend stocks in there. But they're folios that are built for you to grow and compound. Other income streams. Have you bought a real estate portfolio? Do you have any Bitcoin? Do you have any blockchain assets? Just other businesses that you might own? Do you have storage units? Do you have land where you actually are monetizing that through storage, outdoor storage? What are your income streams? You want to calculate them and create some projection to them of what they're going to make for you in your lifetime. And a place that a lot of people are leaning into but don't really, I'd say, give it attention is you just park into a 401k, life insurance, and other qualified plans like Roth IRAs, your own company 401k, like my C Corp has its own 401k and 401k Roth, and I have a Roth. So I have all sorts of vehicles in that category. So you want to diversify and look at all the different income streams. What can you put in play? How are they going to compound? Where are they going to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? To do a 20-year projection when you own rental real estate now, you may or may not own it then, but then where does that money go? So do your best to just kind of project and escalate that. The best tool I know, obviously, is a simple compounding calculator. So get a compounding calculator off the internet and just play with those numbers. Play with whatever number you have to put in today. So if you actually put some money away today, and the reason I want you to do this, I want you to see the eighth wonder of the world, which is compounding interest. So put in, say, $10,000, and you're going to contribute, maybe $500 a month, and you're investing at 10%, 12%, 15%. See the differences for the next 20 years. What does that become? And start getting really, really excited about putting money away versus spending it on the lifestyle. The pattern of millionaires is we make it, we invest it, and we watch the compounding power of it. And that includes buying and selling real estate, staying active in it. In many cases of higher net worth people, those that are accredited, it's putting gas and oil, maybe aviation, water rights, there's a lot of diversity in a portfolio. Now, as you get towards that 20-year mark, you also want to start looking at this, because all these assets are going to now move to your beneficiaries. Are they ready to receive them, manage them, and keep them? If not, I would start some sort of getting it into a place where those who are going to pick it up upon your passing actually know how to manage it. So one of the biggest things we see in the fall down of wealth is, number one is an unplanned health incident. Number two is an unplanned legacy, unplanned estate. So you have a plan. It's either like this and documented, or you're going to go to probate. And you're going to have a probate officer help decide what happens to you and the rest of your wealth. So you take control, you take leadership, which is why I am adamant about the work I do and the passion for you and your families. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. Click the notification button. It'll come in your phone every morning. We're here 5 days a week. And share it with a bunch of friends. Like, be here and be engaged. Grab my journal. It's in the show notes below. It's in every show note, where it talks about what video you watched, what day you watched it, what did you learn, what are you going to do? And so you start building a plan. Again, don't assume downsizing is going to fill the gap. You don't know what the economy is going to be. You don't know what the interest rate is going to be. You don't know what your market for selling your property is going to be. I see a lot of people wait too long to do that. And could you make it more of an estate home? Is there a way to put it in an LLC? Like, get more creative, which is why we exist in this community. There are thousands of us in this community who work together, think together, and meld our ideas together. Talk to a lot of experts, especially in the tax side. What is this really going to look like for you? As you get later in life making these decisions, what you do want to do is make sure your tax, your estate, your insurance, your trust, like all of these people are talking together. So do not avoid or not think about the tax strategy upon your death. The state taxes are going to be a big part. I don't want you to build it all and then not have that in a very strategic format for your beneficiaries as you pass. So in your 20-year plan, I would be reassessing your goals every 18, 2 years, 3 years max. As you are already seeing the economy, the administrations in our government change things drastically. So you've got to keep up and you've got to pay attention. This is not a park and pray life unless you just want to live a simple, probably end up broke. So if you have any questions, go to askloral.com, AskLoral. Ask a question, make a request. We'll be back tomorrow.